Shalom, when the start of souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the Apostle, great Musa, and honors to you, brothers doing the work, the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah or Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. The Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Birmingham in, hammering down Sham, meaning names Yahweh and the name of Yahweh Shai. Real quick. Yeah, man, things are heating up. It seems like Yemen have basically blockaded blockaded this strait here, right? So basically we're in a situation where now traffic is taking a lot longer to get to destinations. So it's a zero hedge. Red Sea is now largely closed to traffic. That's 8.8 million barrels of daily oil transit and nearly 380 million tons of daily cargo transit. Global traffic now will be rerouted around Cape of Good Hope, adding 40% to voyage distance and even more to cost. All right, and then the next one over here as well, it says Justin oil giant BP and Taiwan's evergreen shipping line halt all transit through the Red Sea, right? Because basically what's basically been happening is let me read that again. Justin oil giant BP and Taiwan's evergreen shipping line halt all transit through the Red Sea, right? So basically, what's been happening is they've been getting attacked and stuff like that, and it's a lot of things that we're gonna have to look into on my other screen here, like just looking at, because even when you see here, right, you got Red Sea, Hezbollah, and before it was also saying Houthis, right? So basically, we must need to keep our eyes peeled, right? Because even yesterday, I did wait, try verified and stuff like that, but it'll fall under a rumor, right? But basically, it was that guy Scott Ritter basically saying how he woke up hearing conversations that basically America was, instead of stopping Israel doing what they're doing, that America was basically gonna quote unquote wage war, right, with Yemen. All right, so once again, just a rumor, right? But that's what the scriptures speak about. So Matthew 24:6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, so we're just basically watching, right? We're basically just watching and seeing what's going to come of this. Once again, I would in fact, let me try and bring some of these to the other screen as well. How it is just because it's in my perfect got my personals on here, so I'm just trying to do this in a way where things don't all show. So just bear with me as I get this prepared. One second. All right, let's try this. All right, because like I said, even as I'm watching, looking on my other screen, I'm just seeing, lots of different stuff popping up and stuff like that. But Satan's having it misbehave at the moment. There we go. All right, so let me bring this in. Move to another window. There we go. All right, so this is Lord Bebo, right? From a couple of hours ago. It says. What does it say? It says the large. So I was looking for the time. So 4:10 p.m. UTC. It says huge military build-up in the Red Sea. The 6 largest oil shipping companies in the world have stopped their work in the Red Sea due to the ongoing attacks by the Houthis. There's now a large amount of warships from various Western countries in the Red Sea, including the USA, Great Britain, Japan, South Korea, and others. Military operation by the coalition is expected to be announced in the coming days, right? So you see the ships that are there. Hopefully this will be all good, right? So HMS Bangor Middleton, these look like UK ones. HMS in it, Her Majesty's service. All of this sort of stuff. But the scriptures speak about these things, right? The scriptures speak about, once again, we just read one, wars and rumors of wars, right? But but also, the gathering of people in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, right? This is Joel 3:2 says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And that's it. So the Lord is the one that is bringing all of these nations into that region, right, in that Middle East region, right, to basically be judged, right, Yahweh Shaphat, right, Yahweh's judgment, okay, so, and why also? Because all these nations have touched the apple of the Lord's eye, and as these nations ain't gonna go unpunished, right? It's primarily the Edomite, so things to be watching out for. And then the next one as well, that I'm seeing, we'll need to verify these numbers, right? But it says this is insane. The Economist reports that 4 of the companies that have suspended operations in the Red Sea represent 53% of global container trade. Yemeni solidarity with Palestine is sending shockwaves through the world economy. And once again, as Scott Ritter was pointing out yesterday, basically the question then is like, wait there, you could have just stopped these people in their war, but rather you're basically gonna get together to try and attack Yemen, right? Which Yemen seems to be the only nation, right, of those Arabs that seem to be standing up for the so-called Palestinians, right? So it'll be interesting to observe. Once again, rumors of war, right? But these things make us happy, right? These things make us happy, and once again, it is just that fulfillment of prophecy, right? I'm going to jump to real quick Jeremiah 49:20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purpose that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? The least of the flock being them Amalekites, man, right? They're the least of the flock, right? And their actions are now having what is, as we just read here, if it's companies representing that much. Now obviously the trade goes in different directions and stuff like that. However, it's not, these aren't small numbers. These ain't, and this collection of naval ships, right? And then now also with this, and also with with this as well. Okay, this is gonna lead to one thing, and that is inflation, right? The inflation of these prices. This is 2 Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, so once again, that's what we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing out of nowhere, just going to the stores and it's like, oh shit, there's nothing there, right? And over the last couple of years, that you've been kind of seeing that in places where you look at the item that you're looking for, or you're looking at it and you want to purchase, but you look, so actually there's only like 3 in here. You're looking for stuff and you can't find stuff. And when you can find stuff, it's significantly more than we were having to pay just in quote unquote just the other day, right? So we're gonna come to a time when this is gonna happen, for real, right? Where there ain't gonna be anything in the shops anymore. Right, it says 2 Ezra 16:18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, right? And where we have been, let's be honest, we have been in the beginnings of all of this for quite a while now, right? Since before the CV, right? One of the TV programs I always recommend Akim to watch, right? Clarkson's Farm, right? Really goes into just how, especially the first series, because that was they started filming maybe like 2018, or 2018 into 2019. One of the things they touched on was how the harvest had been bad for quite a while, for instance, here in the UK. Right, and then the CV and everything that happened with that, where livestock and crop was being lost, right? So I remember my brother, right? Blood brother, Lord have mercy, we're both in this thing, right? But he speaks about in engineering you have these things called dampers, right? So you may have a shock happen, but the dampers will absorb the shock and then release it over a period of time. And it's the same thing with, food stores, right? With their, we may not see it, but there are food stores, to some degree, out and about. You think about, for instance, the silo that exploded a few years ago was in one of them Arab countries. That was a major food store for for that country, right? So we're gonna start seeing what do you call it? We're gonna start seeing the effects of these over the next common couple of months, Lord willing. Okay. So one sec. One second. So I'm just verifying, some of the statement that I just made there on the other screen. Food. One sec. Yeah, I'm just verifying what I just said there, but because the whole like the UK having different countries having food stores, but ultimately that's what you see major silos. When you see those large silos in place, that's a storage for what's the word I'm looking for, that storage for grains and stuff like that. Okay, and those things cost money. All right, so like I said, just looking for that, couldn't find the information, just as I'm looking on the other screen. But if there aren't any food sources, then that makes the situation even worse, right? So it says, behold, so I didn't finish verse 18, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And you can see this happening as the society is decaying and decaying and decaying. One of the things that is obvious to see is that people are almost doubling down on their wickedness. Right, we can see everything that's happening. They can't put two and two together. In fact, they're being taken by each new weirdo doctrine that Esau pushes out. So, and that's just it. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, right, that they shall think themselves to be in good case." Now, yeah, we may be complaining about food prices right now, but let's be honest, we can still buy the food. Right? There's gonna come a time when there ain't gonna be means to buy food, right? It's just gonna be too expensive, right? It's just gonna be way too expensive. So that's certainly one thing to keep an eye out for. So it says, where were we? Oh yeah, to keep an eye out for, and there ain't nothing wrong with buying a few extra cans, when you go shopping. Right? But as that movie, what was this movie called again, man? Leave the World Behind, as it showed you, right? You can do all of that prepping, but ultimately, it's up to the Most High, right? Because at the end of the film, you see it. You had the prepped food store, and basically the people who owned the house weren't there. Okay, so that's why ultimately, we get a few things, but we know that ultimately it comes down to the mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, Isaiah 65:13, right? It's the Most High that's going to be onwards. It's the Most High that's going to be feeding us, not not us feeding ourselves from of our own power. So for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So hunger, that's going to be a great killer of these people, right? Whether it be because the oil price has gone up, it's unaffordable to basically buy these, it's unaffordable to buy food, right? Or whether it's the food can't even be shipped like that anymore, right? So it's going to be very interesting next couple of weeks, couple of months, right? And we just hope we hope that things get worse, Right, I was thinking about it. What Apostle Tahar says basically at the beginning of every so-called new year, right? It seems like it'll be like people like, yeah, man, someone will come up to me, say Happy New Year, and I'll say ain't gonna be a Happy New Year, right? And that's what we sincerely hope. We sincerely hope that it ain't gonna be a Happy New Year. Okay, we hope that will be happy for us, but happy for us is sad for everyone else. This is Zechariah 15 from 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right? And one last one, this is Sirach 40 and 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sake came the flood. Right, so we need to worry about these things, right? If we be of the elect, we're going to be protected, as I quoted Isaiah 65:13 and 14. Okay, but famine is as we read here in the second Ezra 16:22. That's famine's going to kill a whole load of people out here, right? So it's going to be an interesting time. So as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. Until next time, we say Shalom.